Hi guys. So today we're going to be talking about Degrassi's most memorable moments. I know I said that I was going to do next class this week, but then I remembered they had Degrassi most memorable moments and next class was not added in the most memorable moments. So we're not going to talk about what I usually do. We're just going to talk about the most memorable moments that, Degrassi said. Okay, well, I was hoping to get a full cast list of who was in it, but there were people like Miriam McDonald that played Emma. There was Charlotte Arnold. There was Raymond Ablack. There was Bilyk, Alicia, the one who played Bianca, I don't know her full name, Aislinn Paul, Munro Chambers, Everett, Olivia Scriven, Golja, Stohn, Linda Schuyler, two writers of the show, Paula Brancati, I think her name's pronounced, Kippel, Adamo Ruggiero, Stacey Farber, who was Lauren Collins, and that's all I can remember for right now. They're probably Annie Clark. There are probably a couple that I missed. Jordan Todosey. So that is all I can remember for right now. But yeah, so what we're gonna do, and Jake Epstein, I'm so sorry. What we're gonna do, I think that's it. What we're gonna do is we are going to go through what they talked about and just kind of talk about our thoughts. So when Dylan Everett said, when the Degrassi script comes across your desk, you know you're about to be a part of something big. I do agree with that because, Degrassi has been around for so long. Degrassi's been around since Kids at Degrassi Street, Degrassi Junior High, Degrassi High. So, it's been a big part of a lot of people's lives. I do like that they cast age appropriate. I do like that because that's actual teens playing actual teens, and it just feels a lot more realistic. So they talked about the coming out story. So Marco was very, very important to tell, especially at that time, because at that time nobody really talked about the LGBTQ. Nobody really talked about, what it was. So it was really important to tell the Marco story. Tristan and Miles, it was very important to tell that story for the fact that Tristan was open about being out, but Miles, there are so many different things. There's bi, gay, we didn't know which way Miles fell, and because of all the new ones that had come out, it was very important to tell that story. Adam's storyline, I think it was very important to tell the transgender story because a lot of people don't understand what the struggles are. A lot of people don't understand what that youth go through. And it was very important to tell the different parts of the LGBTQ, you know what I'm trying to say. I'm still so tired. I woke up early today. Texting and driving, obviously very important to talk about because a lot of people still text and drive today, and you got to show the dangers of what can happen if you're not paying attention to the road. The second thing they talked about was bipolar and all different mental health issues. So Craig's story was very important to tell because a lot of people didn't know what bipolar was. A lot of people knew depression, but they didn't know what bipolar was. Obviously, it's a chemical imbalance. It's nobody's fault. And the one who played Craig made a cameo for me saying that I'm a hero for wanting to work with bipolar youth. He was like, you want to work with bipolar youth? And he's like, you're kind of a hero in my eyes. So that, it's like a lot of bipolar people, they don't have a lot of people to talk to. So I want to be somebody that they can talk to. Eli, Eli was very important to tell also because him and Craig were very different. They were the very different sides of bipolar. Obviously, I don't know which one had which, but they were different sides of bipolar. And when I dated somebody that I dated, I almost said his name, when I dated somebody, he was more like Eli's type of bipolar. So it was very, it really explained a lot for me when my boyfriend would start having episodes. When I watched those episodes of Degrassi, it really helped explain to me what was going on through Eli. Cam was very important to tell for the fact of suicide. Usually in Degrassi, you see people come out the other side no matter how low they get, and this time they didn't. And it was very important to tell the story of suicide. I had a good friend of mine that committed suicide. I didn't find out until I got home. And, you know, it never really leaves you. It's something that's always going to stick with you. And it was just important to show the warning signs and to show things that you can look out for, because nobody really knows what's going inside somebody's head. I love Cam, and I wish they didn't kill him, but it was important to tell the story. Ellie cutting. So Ellie cutting was obviously something very important to tell the self-harm story, because nobody knows when someone's self-harming. I do especially like how they made Paige help Ellie. And, you know, it's important to tell the cutting story. You obviously don't want to show people what cutting is and make them want to try it, but I think Degrassi did it in a way where they were bringing attention to it they weren't romanticizing it or glorifying it. They didn't want to glorify, I have something to say about Cam's suicide. They didn't want to glorify his suicide, which I understand, that's why they had the candlelight vigil. But, with Claude, they kept showing Caitlin seeing him everywhere with his storyline, so I'm just curious why, you know, they didn't do something like that, but maybe that would be seen as glorifying. I have no idea. But, oh yeah, Stefan Brogren was also in the most memorable moments. Sorry, guys. I'm like... yeah. You know what? I'll just put everybody who was in it down below. That's what I'll do. So they talked about relationships. Eclair. They talked about Eclair with their pregnancy and their miscarriage, and that was something that brought Eli and Claire back together. I've always thought that. I liked Eli and Claire. I thought they complemented each other well. I thought they went well together. I liked Paige and Spinner. I was probably one of the people that liked Paige and Spinner, and I know a lot of people didn't, but I think they complemented each other very well. Emma and Sean. I loved Emma and Sean. They were the best. They balanced each other out well, and I like how the producer said they don't know how she married Spinner. I don't know either. The producer doesn't even know. Jane and Spinner. So she was talking about the things they went through. And she was like, Jane, supportive girlfriend. And she's like, when she was going through stuff, Spinner couldn't handle it. And that's kind of true. But I like Jane and Spinner. I felt like they were a good match with each other. So they talked about Craig being the heartthrob. Obviously, Craig was the heartthrob. Almost every girl you ask her who was the most attractive out of Degrassi, Craig Manning. Like, hands down. Claire and Drew. Claire and Drew is something that I think should have never happened. I don't think there was any reason for it to have happened. I don't see why it happened. Adam's dating history. Something that was funny was Luke Bilyk was talking to Jordan Todosey and was going, I saw this meme online. It said, it had a picture of my face and it said, I can't date you unless Adam's dated you first. And I thought that was really funny. Drew and Bianca. I love Drew and Bianca. I think they complement each other really well, and I think they should have stayed engaged. Sav and Holly J. There were elements I liked of Sav and Holly J. And then there were elements I didn't like, but you guys know I was asked to make a video of Degrassi's couples throughout the seasons, like the couples in that season and what I thought, so I'll dive more into detail with those. Fimogen. Oh, I love Fimogen. They were so cute. I loved them. Maya and Cam, I feel like they should have stayed together. I feel like they should, I love Maya and Cam. And Marco's bunny. I loved Hip Hop. I love it. He's so cute. Bunnies are so cute. They talked about Essay. They talked about Paige's story of Essay. And that was very heartbreaking, that story. But I do agree with what Linda Schuyler said. It doesn't matter what happened. No means no. And we really need to understand that in our society, that no means no. They talked about Zoe's essay and her dream sequence. Zoe's dream sequence is so haunting and so horrifying, and I can't imagine being in her position. And Becky's involvement, what she went through, I think it was very important for them to show Becky's side. Finding out that your brother did that, to show what she went through, what she had to... I felt so bad for Becky too, because she had to go through the fact that her brother did this horrible thing, but Becky ultimately did the right thing and turned him in. Shooting. So the abusive relationship that led to the shooting, where Terry and Rick, they were dating each other, and then he hurt her and everybody shunned him. And that shooting storyline is when Degrassi grew up. It wasn't just a glorified teen drama, it was an actual show showcasing what people went through. So I'm gonna, if you guys want to know the personal stories that people shared, I'm going to tell you to watch to hear the personal stories, because it's not my place to talk about the actors' personal stories. So I would tell you to watch, because it's not my place to talk about the personal stories of the actors. So even though I maybe named everybody in this video, I'm still going to put everybody who was in the cast down below just in case I missed anybody. But yeah, I love you guys, and I will see you guys next week, next class. Bye.